Good afternoon, everyone. You're listening to WHITradio.org of High Tech High School. I'm your host, Jason Morrell. Today on the show, I have all my friends, Ahmed Awadallah, Miguel Gora, and Kevin Pincay. Today on the show, we'll be talking about the state of the NCAA. The NCAA is going through a very rough patch today. A lot of lawsuits, a lot of controversies and whatnot. One of the most recent ones that came out was the EA video game lawsuit, the NCAA football video game. They came to a settlement where they will now be distributing $20 million to various athletes whose likenesses were used. People like Tim Tebow or something that were on the cover. So, what do you guys' take is on this? Because this is a really monumental case in amateur football. Miguel?
Well, I think it's good that they're getting some justice. I mean, I think it's kind of unfair that for so many years you got people like Reggie Bush and all these stars getting on the covers, and the covers of the NCAA games, and they get no money for that. That's kind of ridiculous. I mean, you could argue why you wouldn't give a contract to a college athlete, or give him some money throughout the season for what he does, but if he's on the cover promoting your product, that's ridiculous. If you don't give him any money for that.
Kevin?
I mean, same thing Miguel said. I mean, basically you're using the person's name to promote a product, and at the end of the day, you just have to pay them. There's no other yes or no, maybe if, ands, or buts. You just have to pay them. That's how it works here in America.
Mid?
I think whatever athlete you are in any sport, I think you deserve some money for being noticed. Like, to be on a cover video of a video game is pretty big, I guess, to athletes. So I think it deserves some profit. I don't think it's fair that some companies just go and put them on the cover without without them getting any money back in return. So I think they should in the end get some money. That should be a fair thing.
I mean, when you look at it this way, just think about it. It's their job, right? You're an athlete. Let's say I play for Oregon. All right, it's my job. I'm a quarterback. If it's fine. All right, I don't get paid for that. It's my job to play for them. But if I'm getting promoted on a cover of a product, it's not my job to do that. I deserve extra money for that. That's how I look at it. It's that's something extra that they do for you. It's the least you could do. It's just pay them.
Well, yeah, that's some really good insight. I personally believe, if you're gonna use someone's image on the cover of that game, and there's gonna be making that money, if you're gonna be making these millions of dollars off that person's image, they're modeling for this cover, I think they should get some sort of payment back in return. That's just me personally. Another big case was the ongoing dispute from Northwestern University, the union case. The football players want to unionize. They've been recognized as employees of the university by the National Labor Relations Board. So now they're suing the university in an attempt to become unionized. And if they're already recognized as employees and they get unionized, it's all but guaranteed that they'll be paid. And as we all know, that's the big thing about the NCAA. They want to recognize these guys as amateurs, not as professionals. So they don't believe they should pay them. And this will turn really the entire college sports world on its head. So, what do you guys think of this ongoing situation? Miguel?
I kind of feel against paying them, but in a way, I think with the sale of jerseys, for example, I think they should definitely get some percentage for jerseys, because it's because of them that you're selling these products. They're the ones that are promoting that by how well they play. And, they get more fans to support them. I don't think just selling a jersey without their name on it with the same exact number, that's really not fair. Just put the name on it and give the poor kid percentage.
Kevin?
I'm gonna have to agree with Miguel on that one. So basically, the players are bringing in all the money for the school. Not all of it, but most of it, because of sports. Sports is a large part of college, basically. and you have. I mean, I don't agree with the idea of paying them, but you have to give them a percentage wise when it comes to the marketing. I mean, it's fine that you're paying for their college institute, their scholarship, but you have to give them a percentage of their marketing. That's how I see it.
Ahmed?
I honestly think they should receive some money depending on how big of a star you are at the college level. I think the more money you should make, because the bigger the star, the more jerseys you sell, which should give you more profit, and that'll be good. Maybe some college students, like maybe football players in the college, maybe they don't have enough money. They could use that to help them in any way possible. I forgot what football player it was. I think he's in college. He stole. Do you guys remember he stole some like crab legs or something like that?
Winston.
Jameis Winston, yeah, the Heisman Trophy winner.
Yeah. He said he forgot to pay, but maybe at the time he didn't have the money. So I think with the extra money that'll benefit them in the long run. So I think they do deserve to get paid.
I agree with the Med here. More money, less stolen crab legs. Start a movement with that.
Yeah. I mean, but unionizing is a whole different animal. Now this is more than just the paying them. This is gonna be benefits and whatnot. These is gonna be guys that they're gonna be considered these employees, and this is just at Northwestern University so far. This hasn't expanded outside of it. I think this will really like open the floodgates to a whole new thing. Like now, all right, so the Northwestern football players are gonna want money. So what's to stop the basketball team from wanting money, and then the baseball team, and then it'll go down. I think the problem is that when we talk about paying the athletes, I think we talk about the money sports, which is the two big ones are basketball and football. But when you're gonna pay these college athletes, are you gonna also extend that benefit to the less money sports, the baseballs, the lacrosse teams, the track teams? So do you guys think that what do you guys just like beliefs in general on just paying the players? Like in general, pay for play. Miguel?
I think it should be. Well, first of all, this isn't gonna die out. I think over time they're eventually gonna come to a compromise, and players are gonna get, eventually what they deserve. This isn't just gonna stop. I think they're always gonna be, fighting for, their right to get some money for what they do. But when it comes to regarding sports like baseball, I think like baseball should definitely get some. They should get some money. It is a big sport, and it's. I feel for those players, because I feel that's probably one of the other harder sports to get into.
Yeah.
Because think about this: after they're done in baseball, after they're done with their college career, then they got to try to just make it to one of the minor leagues, and then move their way up. That's even harder than other sports. So I think that baseball, basketball, football, big sports like that, I think definitely should get some recognition.
Yeah.
Let's not forget playing sports is a profession, and the thing with college players is that once they enter college to play a sport, they basically dedicate their 4 years in college to that sport. You don't really go to classes basically, and there's a very minimum chance in majoring in another class after not wasting your time, but playing your 4 years. And once if you don't get drafted, that's basically the end of your career. You could get into the minor league, but the minor league doesn't really bring you too far. And I feel like playing sports is it's very risky. It's either you get into the major leagues or you don't. So I feel like they should get paid. At the end of the day, it's gonna happen sooner or later. That's how it is.
All right, Ahmed, your take on the pay for play?
I think honestly players should get paid. Like touching on what you guys said, especially for baseball, it's not even guaranteed that you're gonna make it to the major leagues. You have to go through minor, and maybe let's just say a player can't take it, he decides to quit, and I think they should deserve some profit, and I think that'll benefit them. Like I said before, that'll benefit them a lot. But I think in the long run, any sport, like Kevin said, it's risky playing the sport. So I think while they're playing, they should get some money in return. Maybe risking their lives in football, for instance. So I think in the long run, they should get money.
Well, I think that'll wrap up our show. Thank you guys for contributing. We talk about the NCAA, a lot of this stuff. The pay for play scandals and whatnot. And I'm your host, Jason Morrell. Today on the show, I had a guest, Ahmed Awadallah, Miguel Gora,
Easy
and
Wednesdays.
and Kevin Pinkay. Thank you guys for watching.
Peace out.